Today is Wednesday, the 4th of August, 2021. I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is Sheep Guarding Llama. Welcome to the show. Hey! And today, so it's coming up on 6 o'clock here. The sun is still up. We have a little bit of darker clouds coming, but it's not bad. Google says we're gonna get rain, but I'm not so sure about that. I'm just going past Mono Loco, who has the best sandwiches in town. And in a second, I'll be going past Puesta del Sol, so the best Italian food in the region. So today, not really a lot of news. Got up, walked the dogs a little bit. Mia wasn't really looking for a long walk, so we kept it short, maybe a mile and a half. I had a busy morning because I had a double Spanish class today, so an hour long instead of a half hour, but it does give me tomorrow off, which I do appreciate now after having done an hour today. Very mentally taxing, an entire hour of having to speak in Spanish, and not just speaking in Spanish, but in a class setting where it's constantly grilling me on harder and harder things. Man, wears you out really fast. So, that was my whole morning, was dedicated to doing my Spanish lessons and taking care of the dogs and all that stuff. So I didn't even go out for, that is our water delivery guy heading back to Esteli. Doing the Spanish lessons and all that stuff, so I skipped breakfast. I did end up having an entire breakfast burrito just because I got Paul's leftovers and Dominica's leftovers because they are so large, the burritos, that there was plenty for me. So I actually got quite a full breakfast. I didn't have to do anything else. Something I've really noticed is just how much I have acclimated to the temperature down here. It really hit me this past week that I'm feeling so much better. Like when I would go out and go for a walk, because it's in the 90s, right? I would be sweating really quickly. And of course I'm sweating a little bit now because I just took the dogs for a walk, came back, did some stuff outside, grabbed the camera. I had already worked up a sweat before I even grabbed the camera. So I'm a little bit warm right now, but really not very bad. And we really noticed it today. We were out in the sun, it was in the 90s, and we're like, we feel like it's kind of cool, actually. So it's just in the last couple of weeks that the 2 months of acclimation have kicked in, and we're feeling it. As you can see, I shaved my head yesterday, I believe. I think this is the first video since I shaved it, and I dug out my sunglasses, which it turns out have exactly my correct prescription. These are easily 5 years old, maybe more, maybe like 6 or 7, probably like 5. But they're not my most recent sunglasses. I have aviators that are more recent. And these, as soon as I mean, maybe 2 minutes, because your eyes do have to adjust. I got outside and realized everything was crystal clear. Even things quite far away looked exceptionally good. And so I'm like, holy cow, this is crazy. I've gone through several pair of glasses that have consistently had my eyes just fighting each other and not able to focus and all kinds of problems. And I put these on and wow, everything is crystal clear. I saw a container ship on the horizon and I could make out the shape of the individual containers on it. I can't believe how much detail I can see. The resolving power of these the clouds are in sharp relief in the sky. I've been kind of under this impression that my eyes were failing for the last couple of years. Not bad, just not as good as they were when I was younger, which of course I'm sure is true. But it's been so dramatic that I'm like, oh, my eyes just can't do what they used to do. And now suddenly I'm like, oh, I can see everything, as well as the best pair of glasses I ever had all through my childhood. I don't even remember these being that good when I first got them. I think I've kind of grown to this prescription. I don't know, but awesome. My main pair of Tevas, my sandals, gave up the ghost today. I was out walking the dogs just 30 minutes ago and they popped and the back of the left one came off. So now I'm on my backup, my older Tevas, which I'll show you right now. Boom. I mean, they're still good, right? Tevas are Tevas. They're gonna try taking my shoes into Lyon tomorrow to see if a shoe guy can repair them, because that's what you do here. You actually repair things instead of tossing them and just buying another one. Now, I am going to the States soon. I am gonna try to buy another pair because it would be stupid not to have another pair. It is so hard for me to find shoes. Everyone here who repairs them can still buy another pair that fits them if they need to. I cannot because I wear size 14. And even if I was able to get away with a size 13, which I am, I can make a 13 work, I can't get that here either. About the largest you can get here is an 11 or a 12, and even that will not be with the greatest consistency. So it's important that I have shoes that fit from the United States. So that is at the top of my purchasing list when I get back. So today, mostly just a work day. Bright sun, beautiful day, low 90s, absolutely gorgeous, pretty quiet. The hotel was essentially empty. The one big thing that was going on is that our hotel leach bed pretty much just gave it up today. And so even though we're not that busy and it's not raining, but it did rain last night, we overflowed. Our laundry area was under several inches of water. It was flowing across our entranceway. It was a mess. So we had an emergency meeting and decided that we have to replace it, even though we have not completed the purchase of the hotel. So obviously a risky infrastructure upgrade. I had a talk with the current owners and said, you know, if you'll put in writing that you're on the hook, if you back out of this deal, you have to pay us for this infrastructure upgrade, but otherwise we'll pay for it. And they're like, okay, yeah, we're good with that. So we are just getting a second quote and getting that moving as quickly as possible. Adios. So hopefully tonight, but more likely tomorrow, we are going to start on actually putting in an entire new holding tank and drainage system for the hotel, which is going to make a huge difference. It's amazing how much of an issue that has been over the last few months, and apparently it's been a big issue for a long time. Technically, it shouldn't be our problem. It should be something that the current owners of the hotel need to deal with, but they've been living with it and doing terrible things and just not using as much water to make it seem like it's okay. Whatever. It's not the biggest deal in the world, and we just want everything fixed, and we don't want our staff having to work under those conditions. So we are just making it go away and be fixed, and we're not worrying about whose fault or who's what or whatever. It's just not that big of a deal. We are at a point where the deal should be done. We need to just get paperwork moved along. We are almost at the end, and it's time to get it over the line and stop worrying about the nitpicky details. So that's where we are. Now, speaking of, I have to come to the Estados Unidos, United States, in sometime in the next several weeks to deal with that. Now, the hope was that I'd be coming up in August, but it's increasingly looking like we won't make that date. That's a little bit ambitious, just given the pace of everything is how it's been going. Plus, once everything goes, I still have to get tickets, get on a plane, get up there and make everything happen. So more likely it's going to be in September. Now, in September, on September 18th, is Rachel's wedding in Dallas, and we already have everything scheduled for me to do the work in Houston. So I'm hoping that there's some chance I'll be able to combine a trip of going into Houston, dealing with all the stuff, running up to Dallas, going to the wedding. And then Rachel and her husband are talking about not returning to Belgium, but coming to Nicaragua after the wedding. Kind of a honeymoon, I guess. So it would be really handy if I was there for the wedding, was able to grab them and bring them back with me, because then it just, you know, it's just that much easier. When you're traveling with me, it's just my taxi driver, our hotel chauffeur, picks us up, because we do have one now. He started yesterday. I think I mentioned that. Can just pick us up and bring us right to the hotel. Don't have to worry about anything. Everything's handled. Everything's nice and easy. They don't have to worry about trying to find the place, knowing where to go, who to talk to. Everything will be handled. Now, of course, that's September 18th. It is August 20th that Alan is moving to Nicaragua. At least that is the current schedule. He already has his plane tickets. He already has his first night hotel in Managua booked. We got some cute puppies here. I'm just gonna say hi. Hi, puppies. Hi, how you doing? And in case it wasn't obvious, I just walked the back street that goes directly behind our block from the hotel. So it's not the beach road, it's one back, and it goes from next to Puesta del Sol and goes really close to the main road, and then pops out here at Nica Burger and the Pulperia right back onto the main road. So this is a great, we walk the dogs here a lot. Sometimes it's a cut through to get some places in town. It does have its own Pulperia. We haven't been there, but they do Nica tamales there, and it's just a nice place to walk. It's pretty quiet. It does have a lot of dogs. Now, I will swing around and say, here's Nica Burger. Not that we've eaten there, because we're vegetarian and they don't have any vegetarian. And this is the Pulperia that Luciana and I walked down to. So I am more or less across the street from Sua, and I'm now heading back towards the hotel. It's pretty dark now. The sun has mostly gone down. We have a kind of bluish gray sky, so we're really getting blue hour at this point. And I still don't see, I mean, there's some clouds. They could hold rain, but they don't look like rain clouds to me. I've gotten decently good at saying, I think it's gonna rain, and everybody says, nah, and then it does. So I'm gonna swing around just so you can see it. That could be rain coming. I'm betting against it. I think it's gonna be a dry night, which is probably best because we haven't replaced the septic system yet. So here's Sua right here that I'm coming past. Yeah, that is the story. So hoping to coordinate that, but that's gonna be really hard to coordinate when flying back to the US. Other than that, this evening we've got some shrimp fried rice being cooked up in the kitchen. Yvonne is back from her mini vacation. She just got back about an hour ago, and I will be working as usual this evening. I've got book stuff to do and uploads to do and some video editing that we'll see if I even get a chance to get to. Always an unhappy dog somewhere. And now I'm getting warm. Doing the video makes me warm because I'm talking the whole time and walking the whole time, and it just warms you up. But it's pretty nice out. I'm enjoying the weather. Once I get back, I have a Tonya Light waiting for me. I'm gonna go sit by the ocean and relax. Oh, our first shipment of swimsuits for our new swimsuit store has arrived. They, from China to Houston. We did an order to Houston and an order to Nicaragua to see how the pricing would work, how the timing would work. So we sent 100 to Houston and I think 20 to Nicaragua to test out the process. The box in Houston arrived torn open and destroyed. Nearly 25% of all the swimsuits were missing. So yeah, so Emily's been going through and doing an inventory, figuring out what's there and what isn't. And we'll see how the Nicaragua shipment does. Does it do as well or not? But anyway, so we have around about 80 swimsuits waiting in Houston for us to bring down for our store, which is already selling t-shirts and stuff. We're adding swimsuits, we're adding jewelry, we're adding soaps, some pottery items. Those are the main things, I think. But it's pretty cool. We're gonna have like a little store in the hotel, and we already have a really little one, but it's gonna be a lot more than that. Yeah, and this is the abandoned house. I went and did pictures of this yesterday. Not very exciting really, but you know, when you have an abandoned house across the street, you go and you check it out. They actually have a secret entrance into Cholitos, which by the way, Cholitos is closed tonight, I think. I see no lights, I see no people. Maybe they just haven't opened yet, but all the chairs are up. I think they're closed. It's like Wednesday. I don't think they close on Wednesdays. I don't know. So that is Wednesday here in Las Peñitas, and that is a full walk from El Simple down the block, past Loco, past Puesta del Sol, up around the Barrio block, one road off, and back to the hotel. I'm gonna swing around so you can see it all behind me. That's it, and I will see all of you tomorrow.